Hello, in this tutorial we're going to take a look at the extension Screencastify. Screencastify allows you to record, edit, and share your screen with others. Now the extension looks like this, so if you do not see it populated up here, what you'll need to do is Google Screencastify extension. You'll come to the Chrome Web Store and you want to select Add to Chrome and then Add Extension. You'll see it populated right up in here. Give it a few seconds. And there it is. Now, you can always use the extension by clicking on the extension itself or by pressing Alt, Shift, and S. We're going to close out of here, and we're going to go into Google. Now, let's say a student would like to go ahead and send a quick Screencastify. Maybe there's something that they want to share with their teacher, maybe something isn't showing up, or maybe they just want to share a cool thing that they've done on their screen. So let's go ahead and show you how that would work. So we're going to select the extension. And you'll have to go through a little bit of setup the first time. We're going to sign in with Google. Please note that the videos are automatically saved in Google Drive. Okay, so you have to allow the camera and microphone. Of course, you could always toggle these off as well. And select Next, and then select Allow. Okay, so we're all set. Now, there are helpful quick video tutorials over here, should you or your child like to take a look at them. Now we're going to close out and we're just going to do a quick screencast. So let's go head up, select here, and you're going to notice there's some options. There's just a browser, so it wouldn't do the whole desktop, just a browser. There's also the desktop, so you can show things that are on your actual desktop itself, not the browser. There's webcam only. You do not have to include the webcam. You can toggle that off. You do not have to include the microphone either, although it's quite helpful. Now, in the upper left, what's called the hamburger, some call it 3 lines. You can see the name of the student, previous recordings, as well as some options, some editors, where you can go ahead and check your previous recordings. You can always go to your previous recordings here as well by selecting My Recordings, and when you do so, it will open up. And we don't have any right now, but it will show that in the future. Let's go ahead back. Up here are any kind of notifications that come available. We don't have any right now. And then here we have settings. So if you like to go ahead and resize some things, you can certainly do that as well. Now what we're going to do here, we're going to do a quick screencast. So let's select Record. And then we're going to do the entire screen and select Share. There will be a 3-second countdown. Kind of nice to have. Okay, so this is Screencastify. So what we can do right here, if you want, you can automatically pause the recording and then resume. You can see here as well, you can always hide the cursor, or you could do a focus mouse. You could also use Alt plus F. Let's continue doing this here. And what I mean by the focus mouse is it does this. So it will focus in on where you are. Now, if you like to take that off, you could certainly go ahead and do that if you would like to. So you can just select right in here or in here and choose what you would like. Now, there's also a pen. So if you want to, you could go ahead and you can circle in here. Of course, there's an eraser, so you can go ahead. And I just did that right there where it removed the whole thing that I was working on. You could, of course, let's change the color. So you can do this, and then if you select here, you can just erase a little bit. So just want to point that out for you. Now let's go ahead and let's just do a quick one here that shows how you can use Google, just the address bar to search. So if I typed in Phillies Red Sox, you can search right in there. You don't ever have to go into Google and do that. You could quickly search. Now we're going to select Stop. So the recording is finished. Okay, so now we have options, and what we can do right in here, you can see it's automatically playing. So what I can do is I'm going to pause this right here. I can move it back, and I can listen to the whole thing here. Of course, I can make this larger so it takes up the whole screen. You can see it's 1:09. You can also see up here, I can rename this. Whoops, I'll just name this Sample for right now. Okay, so this is Screencastify. Okay, if I'd like to trim something, I could go ahead and do that, and I could trim areas that I would like to trim. So maybe I want to trim. What we can do right here, if you want. Let's do this. Let's pause. Let's edit. Let's open an editor. You can take a look and see what this does. It's loading your recording. Okay. So, easiest way to combine and polish movies if you want. You can go through and check these out. I'm not going to go through everything for you, but I just wanted to show you. You can cut, you can crop, you can zoom, you can do all those things that you like to, and you can download your finished video, export it if you'd like. And we're going to select got it. So, in here you can see where we are. So if I select here, I can go ahead and I can kind of move this around as I would like to see fit. So I could trim certain parts of it out. I could go ahead and I could crop certain parts, as you say, draw a rectangle to crop. So if I want to, I could just go in and I can show this part if I'd like to do that. If I'd like to reset, maybe I made a mistake, I can either reset or I can just go ahead and undo, because I don't want to do that. If I'd like to kind of do a zoom in, I can certainly do that as well, and you can see the in and the out. I can go ahead, I can add some text, and I can just type this in here. Of course, I could change the size and font and all that. Again, I'm going to go back. But if I'd like to trim a little bit out of the end, like this little bit, because typically at the end of a video, maybe something comes up, you may want to do that. So of course I trimmed off a second. So what I can now do is I can go ahead and I can say export. I can export it to Google Drive. I can just call it sample. Save it. And now you can share a link to your video. So we're going to select share, and then I can send it on to whom I would like to. And I'm going to select send. Okay, so it's been completed. If I'd like to, I can always go back to this. So if this was something where you didn't want to edit and you just wanted to quickly share the video and share it quickly and easily, you could just copy this shareable link right here. It's copied. Just to show you that it does work, I can go head up, Control V, paste it in, and then this is what people would see. Again, this is the unedited version. This is Screencastify. And you can see it comes up, easy to send on. If they like to share it to Classroom, you can certainly do that. And there are other options as here where you could even just export the audio only. So there are a lot of really neat options with this. And thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.